We've spent a long time teaching men how strength is supposed to look. The posture, the unwavering voice, and the certainty that never admits fear. At the same time, we taught women to read those exact signs as a promise, a guarantee that the man underneath them was someone stable enough to lean on. But we rarely stopped to check if the substance inside the armor ever matched the performance of it. A man can learn the sign before he ever builds the character. It means a life can be built on the promise of a strength that hasn't actually been forged. When the signs are counterfeit, the foundation of the relationship is already hollow. These performances start as survival. Where violence or intimidation are the only paths to significance, a man learns making others afraid equals respect. Prison, sports, or high-pressure workplaces can concentrate that instinct. Men measure themselves by what they allow, how they respond to disrespect, and how well they hide fear. Cultural scripts then take those same survival traits and translate them into a romantic context. When a clenched fist is read as a shield, or possessiveness is mistaken for commitment, the script for survival becomes a script for love. Silence is renamed stability. Jealousy is renamed care. After enough time, the distinction between being respected and being feared becomes completely blurred. A survival strategy can outlive the danger that created it. What kept a man safe in a hostile environment becomes a way of controlling absolutely everyone in his current one. The difference between protection and control is found in one place. Does behavior preserve her ability to choose, or does it replace her agency with his authority? A man can feel genuinely protective and use that feeling to justify possession. If protection requires surrendering her choices, it's a cage. Pressure reveals the counterfeit. Confidence becomes defensiveness when corrected. Emotional steadiness becomes withdrawal when intimacy gets difficult. Men often maintain these performances because they are rewarded with status, acceptance, and intimacy, treating these things as prizes to be earned. But while the performance might help a man enter a relationship, only character determines whether trust survives inside of it. The ego is highly adaptable. If the old macho script stops working, it can simply swap that costume for a more modern one that looks like vulnerability. A man can learn therapy language, cry on command, and offer elaborate apologies, while building an entire identity around the idea of becoming better. We often ask women to treat a man's potential as if it were his current character, to give access, forgiveness, and trust based on who he says he is trying to become. A sincere intention to change is a start, but it doesn't immediately make him safe. Good intentions don't erase the impact of harm, and wanting to be better isn't the same thing as being dependable. The most difficult performance to spot is one that knows exactly what trust is looking for and learns the language of repair without ever changing the underlying conduct. Character isn't built in a single grand gesture. It's a boring, intentional, and continuous daily practice. If you want to see what is real, look past the dramatic apologies and watch the patterns of ordinary life. It's the consistency of small promises kept. It's the communication when plans change. It's the willingness to carry a share of the emotional and practical labor without being asked. Recognizing these patterns doesn't build character in the man, but it does give a woman the language she needs to see if the person beside her is actually standing there, or if she's just leaning on a suit of armor. Strip away the audience. Remove the applause, the status, the access to intimacy, and the rewards for good behavior. Watch what he does when he hears no. Observe how he acts when he is embarrassed or corrected, and there is no immediate benefit to being vulnerable. The final test of any quality is what remains when the performance no longer earns him anything. Does the man stay, even when the reward is gone?